In our experience, these are animals that are difficult to manage. We're not saying that they're bad animals. It's just you gotta get them in the right context, right? So it depends.
It's gotta be the right owner.
Do you have children? Do you have a yard? Are you gonna walk the animal? Are you always working?
Are you home?
So, yeah, stuff like that. So I said the Belgian Malinois. This is actually one of my favorite dogs because they always show him on the military jumping out of planes. So these are military grade working dogs, not a household pet. They are bred to apprehend fugitives and detect explosives. If this Malinois is in highly structured, physical, demanding job, since they're so intelligent and have so much drive, they'll just start destroying your furniture and just so it's gonna be a problem.
No,
you can't just get this dog
unapologetically destructive.
Just leave them in the house. The dog's gonna have problems. The second one that I have is the Siberian Husky, and he's the escape artist. These Huskies are bred to run for hours in the snow, pulling heavy sleds in freezing temperature. They're not gonna do well in Florida in July and August. These Huskies, once you put them in the suburban backyards of Florida, it's a disaster. They are notorious escape artists, highly vocal, and they have a massive prey drive that puts neighborhood cats at risk.
Where'd you get that, AI?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And whenever I inject a Husky, they start screaming.
They scream.
And then the owners start getting nervous too. German Shepherds and Huskies they always scream. That's what I've noticed.
Everybody wants a Husky because their eyes are so pretty.
They are good looking dogs.
They're beautiful.
They shed a lot though.
That and like they're just crazy.
Number 12. This is French Bulldog. Number 12.
Numero 12.
This is actually the number one breed right now.
They surpassed the Lab after 30 years.
Lab, they're always number one. They are currently the most popular dog in the country, but they are a walking medical bill.
I tell people they're born broken. They are.
The main problem is their breathing. So they have stenotic nares, meaning their nostrils aren't big enough. The trachea isn't big enough. Their soft palate is elongated. And then their larynges. Elongate, yeah. Like the vocal folds they fold out. So these dogs are basically gasping for air all the time. So.
And then the gasping can actually cause chronic GI issues because the strength to inhale causes the hiatal hernias or whatever. And then they're constantly, that's why they like vomit every day after they eat, because it all actually sometimes has to do with their ability to breathe. I was just reading up on it. Actually.
There's more. They also have skin problems. They have allergies.
They have back problems.
They have spinal problems. They can't have sex and they can't give birth. So you got to do AI.
You have to do everything for them.
And C-section.
And the only spina bifida I've ever seen in a dog was in a French Bulldog. Spina bifida.
Mon Dieu.
The dog was
people love this. It's a good looking dog. They're really cute puppies.
Okay. They're cute puppies, but then they just snore and they can't breathe, and I feel bad for them the rest of their
just the life. Puppies. After they get big, you're not.
Some of them are mean. Some of them are nice, but no, I'm not. I will never own a French Bulldog or an English Bulldog or anything with a squishy face, ever. I had a pug growing up, and it did not end well. He died of a heat stroke in July in Florida. I will never have another one after that. I was scarred.
That's the thing. If you live in Florida, you got to have an animal that could tolerate 102-degree heat.
Yeah.
July and August. That's when all the air conditioners break.
Not Huskies and not squishy face dogs. Think of it, Labradors, even Golden Retrievers, for the love of God. Anything else? Pit bulls.
We should find a dog with a long nose, a normal nose, and short hair.
Yeah. Well, in Europe, they actually have standards about these squishy face dogs, how long they have to be in order to breed. Like, we should be having those standards, but we don't. We're just making it for pretty. Sorry. I could talk on and on and on about French Bulldogs.
The next dog is called the Cane Corso, and that's called the Unforgiving Guardian. The Cane Corso is a massive, incredibly powerful Italian Mastiff bred for guarding property and hunting large game. Shout out to Valerie. Valerie got a Cane Corso.
Oh, no way.
The one you worked with, Valerie? Yeah. I told her, Valerie, don't get that Cane Corso.
Oh, boy.
And it didn't go well.
She didn't tell me that.
That dog, when it was like 4 months old, bit me. And I was like, Valerie, you're going to have a problem with this dog. So that dog became huge.
Oh, my God.
And they just did whatever it wanted. Because it was just like...
That's huge.
If you can't dominate that dog...
My grandma, literally the other day at my sister's graduation party, it's 83, and she's like, you know what dog I want? I want a Cane Corso. I was like, oh my God, for the love of God, Nana, no, you do not. She's like, oh, I saw these videos online, and they're so... I'm like, oh, no. You need an old fart 12-year-old Chihuahua with no teeth that just sits in your lap like this. Blech.
So this dog is not a dog for first-time owners.
No.
Okay? Poorly socialized or untrained Cane Corsos is a massive liability. Okay? They are highly protective, naturally suspicious of strangers, and are strong enough to overpower just about anybody.
These are 100-plus pound dogs, majority of the time.
So if you have this dog that just you can't control and is not trained, it's like having a loaded gun.
Some of our technicians aren't even 100 pounds soft and wet. Good God, how are they supposed to hold it?
Cane Corso, think it over.
Think it over and then think no.
Number 5, I made this problem. I actually have a Border Collie. The Border Collie is a neurotic genius.
I have a friend that has 3 Border Collies. Or she had 3. One of them recently passed, but she had it for almost 17 years. And she lives on 11 acres. They have cattle. They have horses. That is what they are bred to do. They run. They sprint. They herd. They live the best life. And they're neurotic, but they get all of the exercise that they need. She lives out here in St. Johns County. And she knows the breed. Like, she knows how to take care of them and how neurotic they are. And therefore, she has jobs for them. And therefore, they are great once they're inside.
The Border Collie, the Border Collie is one of the smartest breeds in the world, and it was what it does is it manages flocks of sheep across miles of terrain. Being the smartest dog in the room, you don't want them to be bored, and if you don't give them exercise, what they do, this is what my dog does. It bites people.
Yes, like nibbles at your ankles.
It nips their ankles.
It nips. That's what they do to the animals that they're hurting. That's how they get them to hurt. Like, you see videos of it, and they stalk they almost like stalkish the people the animals that they're hurting, and they extremely intelligent. But yeah, I mean, that's why, like, one of the dogs that's the dog right here.
She barks at everything.
One of the dogs that my friend got was from a family in Ponte Vedra that adopted the dog as a puppy from a reputable breeder that lives in Georgia, where they have a bunch of large animals that they herd. They ended up giving up the dog like 9 months later. They ended up giving up the dog 9 months later because it was so neurotic inside, and the child was like bothering it, and it wasn't getting the exercise. It ended up trying to bite the child.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, maybe it bit it because the child was annoying, I don't know, or it was like they nip. That's what they do. Like, that's their thing. He's a great dog now.
My dog Rosie, she's a good dog, and my kids really like her, and she's been great. But it's just that she's neurotic. Whenever anybody comes here, she just starts barking, and we tell people she bites.
No, yeah. I don't mess with Rosie when I'm here. She barks at me every time I come. She should know me by now. But
moving on. This is number 6, the Akita. I've been bitten by an Akita.
Me too. Scar right here to prove it.
So Akitas are fiercely loyal. They're fiercely loyal to their family and are bred to be guardians in big game hunting in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, everyone I've ever seen is mean and doesn't let me touch it. And I got bit by one, and just don't, please.
So this dog is notoriously intolerant of other dogs, especially the same sex.
And other people.
And are suspicious of strangers. And they require intense, continuous socialization from very young, or they become very aggressive. So this dog, you don't want to take it to a dog park because it's gonna bite every dog that it could get a bite out.
Yeah, no, thank you. I don't think I've ever seen a nice Akita ever.
Akitas, those
Japanese, they're big, they're fluffy, and they're mean.
It's a mean dog
because they don't have like good. I don't know what it is. They just don't get the good socialization. They don't get the good training. And then we see them, and we can't even put a muzzle on the dog. The owner can't put a muzzle on the dog. Like 600 milligrams of GABA and 200 milligrams of Traz don't even touch the dog. It's 100 pounds. It's fluffy. Yeah, and then I try to go from behind and listen to its heart while it's got distraction and restraint. It doesn't work. Bit right in the forearm.
Number 7, I couldn't make up my mind because I was.
I think it was a good.
There's choice. A lot more. I said German Shepherd, but there's also Chow Chow and.
There's a bunch. Dachshunds. Let's. Give me real.
I know everybody's up in arms when you say pit bulls. And I had a pit bull growing up, and it was a great dog, but if that pit bull leaves your house, he could cause some havoc. They tend to hate other animals, other cats. They hate kids. They just like don't like anybody else but people in their family.
Yeah.
And they tend to do a lot of damage when they bite.
Yeah. My dog is a pit bull mix. She doesn't look like it, but she is. Very affectionate to me and my direct family in the house. But when she goes outside, she wears a muzzle and she has a harness because she has bitten other dogs unintentionally, not anything drastic, but there was blood. And she probably will bite a human if she got the chance. And that's why she's muzzle trained and she does great that way. But some pit bulls are not like that. Some are amazing and sweet and gentle. Unfortunately, some like my own dog. I admit it. I have one and I love her to pieces and she's amazing for me. She's not amazing for everybody else.
Just recently, they look like pit bull mixes, but they got a hold of some woman and killed her.
I did hear about that. Yeah, 2 of the neighbors' dogs. Like it was on camera.
For some reason, whenever these dogs attack, they're so sensational that they're always on the news. Have you noticed that? There's always pit bull attacks.
It's the pit bull name. You never hear about German Shepherds.
No, it's just like whenever they attack, they just have a really strong jaws.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, there was a friend of mine was in medical school working at the ER, and he sent me some horrendous photos from Miami of a person that got attacked, unfortunately, by a pit bull. And I have a pit bull. I love pit bulls. His leg was totally tore up. I mean,
tore up his leg?
Tore up his whole leg, and it was muscle dangling and skin dangling, and it's going to be fish skin to try to replace the skin that was ripped off. And
those dogs have like the jaws of life. They just like, I haven't lived in Miami like in 10 years, but they were illegal. You could have a tiger, but you can't have a pit bull.
They are still illegal, like in some places. It's even like some homeowners associations or home insurances won't accept.
And I've done travel certificates. Some countries, they don't allow them in the country.
So most people just put them as a different mix breed. They just put them as like a lab mix or Staffy, or you've seen it all. And
American Staffordshire Terrier.
Yeah, and it's not a problem, people, to muzzle train your dogs, whether it's a pit bull or not. I mean, there are some mean ass Chihuahuas out there too. But muzzle training is a good thing. It's a positive thing. You can make it a positive thing. I did for my dog. So
I think if you are gonna get a dog, you gotta understand your limitations. Do you have a house or do you have an apartment? Do you have children? Are you at work all the time? Are you traveling? You gotta think about all these things, because sometimes people just see a dog and they buy it, and then once you have that dog and you committed to that dog, it's hard to get rid of the dog, right? Because you have a bond with the pet, and then you don't want to like let the dog down. And I've seen some horror stories because you have this dog that's dangerous, and then it bit somebody and it got out. I've seen dogs eviscerate other dogs, and it comes to a point that if if it does it 2-3 times, animal control says that's it. You have to euthanize this dog because it's a dangerous animal.
Yeah. Yeah, behavioral youth, I mean, it's the reality of our profession. We still do it, unfortunately, in young, otherwise healthy dogs. I think the one that comes to mind for me was a German Shepherd, honestly. And
Yes, a Shepherd.
that was the one that I think we were torn between as our last dog on that list of our top 7 dogs. German Shepherd, the anxious protector. And reality, they can be a well-bred, depends on who you're getting it from, but well-bred, highly trained can be a masterpiece. But backyard breeding has absolutely destroyed and ruined the genetic pool that we have for these guys.
Yeah, the big problem is hip dysplasia.
Yeah,
it's a big one. And what has happened now, I've seen the police is going more to like the Malinois. It seems like it's a smaller dog and it lives longer.
Yeah.
Because of these genetic
They just don't have these problems like with their back and their hips and their knees, and they're just anxious all the time and they're constantly on edge, and they get all kinds of degenerative neuropathies. Like they just have a lot of problems. Like it's just one of those breeds I personally would never have. My uncle is 80 years old and has only ever had German Shepherds his entire life, and he's put mega money into his German Shepherds, and they're amazing. But they have every problem in the world. Like some of them get cancer at like age 5 and they just die, or they're so arthritic, and at 9 or 10 years old, they just, they're gone. And it's unfortunately just the nature of the beast at this point with that breed.
And we're going to give you one more. This is Chow Chows. I've been bitten by 2 of them, so I'm kind of like terrified of them. When anybody shows up with a Chow Chow, I think this person has made some bad choices in their life.
Yeah.
Have you had bad? What do you think about Chow Chows?
I'm not a big giant fan. They can be kind of mean. Yeah, I don't see many of them though. Honestly, I don't see many of them.
I haven't seen that many Chow Chows, but again, the hair. They're not a dog that you want to have in the heat, and I think he's Chinese breed. Those Chinese breeds, they tend to be very aggressive too.
Yeah, that's a trend.
So yeah, those are the 7 or like 10.
Yeah, we really went on and on and on about like 10. So there's still more.
Our advice is, if you're gonna get an animal, although sometimes you go somewhere and you just, this is the animal I want. You should do research and try to find the right one, depending on your lifestyle.
Yep.
And the temperament of the animal.
Think about your lifestyle, your household, plans on children, current children. Are you going to be moving a lot? Like what's your yard space? Like, do you have the ability for running, for training, for stimulation? And then, you don't always have to get a puppy. There are plenty of adoptable dogs that are adults that don't have all of that crazy energy sometimes. So if you're just looking for a couch potato, maybe adopt a middle-aged dog, and maybe a dog that's not an active, athletic or agility or freaking police dog. There's tons of options out there.
That's a good point. If you're elderly and you have limitations, you don't want a 120-pound dog.
No.
10-pounder, 15-pounder, because if that animal, you have to take it somewhere, it's going to be hard to put them in a car.
Yep.
You want an animal that you could pick up.
Yep.
And I've seen a lot of elderly people that have mobility problems, and then they have 80-pound dog. And then there was one case that the dog couldn't walk anymore. So she herniated herself lifting the dog and taking the dog because the dog had mobility issues. So try to get a smaller dog. And what she said is good advice. Sometimes you want to look into elderly dogs. It's a dog that's already been trained. It's a dog that has its own habits. You don't want a puppy because a puppy is going to be nuts. And it's going to be hard to manage.
Yeah, you got the teething, and then don't forget, you got to pay for all the vaccines. Don't forget, a lot of times you have to get them spayed and neutered. Yeah. So, like, if you're going to go buy a puppy for $3,000, don't come back complaining to us about a price of a $30 vaccine. You know what I'm saying? If you want a fully vaccinated adult, already fixed dog, go look at your local shelters. There's tons of them, and they're great dogs. And I'm fine with you going to get a purebred. Don't, I'm going to get all the comment section being like, you don't want puppy, blah, blah. No, I'm just saying, do your research, look into your options. And yes, I agree with Carlos. Elderly folks, look at those middle-aged to even older senior dogs that just want to be in your lap all day. Easy maintenance, low going.
Yeah, dogs are relaxed.
For sure.
So there you go. Those are the ones that we're not saying they're bad dogs, but you should think about it. And also remember, Heel Mobile Vets. We're in St. John's, and we save you time. If you need a mobile vet service, please let us know. We would love to meet you.
And if you need any relief services for your primary general practice, small animal, large animal exotics, hit up River City Veterinary Relief Services. That's me.
Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
If you're lazy like me, call the Heel Mobile Vets. They'll save you time.